And we are back. Premier League is back. What felt 3 years for the international break. It was 2 weeks. Lot of things to catch up on. Amorim back to the helm. Players coming back. Signed a few players in our new goalkeeping unit. Le Mans, will he get a start against City? Away from home at the Etihad? These are questions we will get into, and as you can tell from my match prediction, I've gone for a very comfortable, safe lineup given these players haven't played with each other for 2 weeks. So let's just delve into it and see how Manchester United will look when they play Man City on Sunday afternoon. So in net, I've gone behind here, safe pair of hands compared to Onana, who has left to Turkey. No more troubleshooting errors in goal. But behind here, it's better than Onana, but it is what it is. We've got to make do with the goalkeeping unit, but I'm sure Lamens will solidify his place in no time at all. 3 centre-backs, 3 musketeers, Shaw, Delay and Euro. Backbone of our defence. They played well together in the first opening game, and I wouldn't see them changing. Amorim will go for a very comfortable lineup. He won't change that. And if he does, away from home, you'd want to go strong. So I think these 3 will be our starting centre-backs. Now into the midfield, as I include the wing-backs, we've gone Dorgu, Bruno, Casemiro and Delors. A very, very defensive, some would say, very isolated midfield, but this is what we've been running. Delors at right wing-back can be a bit defensive, I would agree. We're away at home, it's our first game back. We will be ropey, it won't be clean. I think playing Ahmad in there is a bit risky, given how well Man City need to play in this game, having lost, two, Spurs and Brighton. So they'll be up for this game no matter what. So playing Delors gives you a little bit of defensive edge to what will be a City frontal attack, I reckon. Then Dorgu, he'll naturally maintain his position, left wing back. So far, so good from him. Not expecting anything less, nothing more, just him to build on the games week in, week out, I suppose. Then move on to midfield where it goes to Bruno and Casemiro. Now, this is where it does get particularly interesting. Amorim can go for his duo, Bruno and Casemiro. That's his favoured midfield lineup. As you can see, I've got Manu starting in the 10 role, which I'll get onto in a minute. But if you think about it, we're going to need legs in that midfield. And I think having Bruno and Casemiro in there, Casemiro having 2 weeks off, yes, I say legs. He should be able to perform this game. He should have enough in the tank, but Man City will be proving something in this game very, very heavily. 2 weeks off, there may be a bit of rust. We'll have to wait and see. Bruno has been playing for Portugal, so he's got a few minutes in his legs. Casemiro came back during this week early, as he was, suspended. So I'm giving this midfield a chance. Very slim chance. They've had 2 weeks off. Bruno's coming back in. I think Bruno will be his normal self up and down the pitch, talisman, captain, whatever you want to say. I think Casemiro will be leading that midfield line on his own, with I think Manu dropping in to help him, but we'll have to wait and see on that one. So yeah, I've gone Dorgu, Bruno Fernandes, Casemiro and Delors in the midfield, taking on the Man City attack. Then we move on to the attack. Now, it's like I said, Manu and Mbeumo back in the lineup. With Cunha and Mount, I've gone for worst case scenario, Mount and Cunha not starting but being on the bench. Manu wanted to go in the summer transfer window, he wanted to leave on loan. He wanted his chance, he needs his chance. Could Amorim put him in the number 10 role alongside Mbeumo? Obviously you're going to bench Ahmad, which is a bit tongue-in-cheek. We're going to have to bench a starlet player no matter who it is. Someone will be losing out every game, every week. So it's down to the player and how they handle that. And for me, I could see Amorim taking the gamble on Manu. Manu in that 10 role, as we've seen last season, performs really well. He likes playing that ball-playing carrier-esque role, I suppose, like Cunha, like Bruno. And I think if Manu does get this position and he plays well, it adds more to the fire, adds more to the cauldron, so to speak. Now, Manu can play in the midfield next to Casemiro, next to Nagate, probably next to Bruno, depending on the team we play. But against it, we're going to need that defensive edge in that midfield and defence. That's why I've gone Delort and the back line and Casemiro. And then Manu dropping in, supplementing Bruno. Them two can transition between one another. That could work really well. Manu's obviously thriving for something. He wants that game time to be in that World Cup, and I think as big as the game it is and how well we've seen Manu play particularly, this is a big call if Amorim does go with him. Now Mbeumo doesn't need to be said consistent. He just needs to get consistent minutes in his leg. Played for Cameroon, so he's getting the match pre-season, so to speak, in air quotes. Pre-season, he's getting the pre-season games in. So I'm expecting him just to build on what he's been doing for us for the past 4 games. Obviously our season starts probably here in Chelsea. Potential 6 points in this break, after this break, up for grabs. Are we on 4 points? Let's check. Yeah, we're on 4 points. So look, this game particularly against City is there to be won. City have a tremendous injury list. Mamouche is out, Gvardiol's out, Kushanov is out. It's quite the... I'll go back. Gvardiol, Kushanov, Kovacic, O'Reilly, Mamouche, like we said, Cherky, Rico Lewis and Savinho. I mean, these players, I think some of them will come back on the bench, but this is probably a hit, smash and grab, so to speak. Get in there, get the result and come out with the way at the Etihad. They're lacking in depth, which we're not shy of. Over the years, we've lacked our starting numbers in key games, so we're not shy to that. Now City are missing their key players. This will be something, if we can do it, you'll take it. But if we don't, it's not going to be a good start to the September run after this international break. So look, think about Manu and Mbeumo. It's not as pacey as we'd like, but the qualities still remain. Manu, similar to Cunha, likes getting the ball into feet and playing off. And Mbeumo does what Mbeumo does well. Same as Cunha, so he likes to have the ball into feet, play 1-2 here and there, attack, drive, all that good stuff. So we see similar qualities in Manu and in Mbeumo. So it's not like we're going to miss much. Obviously we're going to lack that creative flair that Cunha brings compared to Manu, but Manu can do that job very well. So for me in that attack, 210s especially, I've gone Manu and Mbeumo. Obviously it's a bit of an out there pick. I think he will go Cunha because Cunha has been recovering quite well. I think Mount will make the bench, so it's just something different, you know. Manu and Mbeumo, bit of Delort. These are the players that I'd say that it's first game back away at home. We need stability, and I think if you pick Manu or Cunha, that will be provided nevertheless. And then obviously leading the attack, gone Sesko. Now this will be Sesko's, I think, first 90 minutes. Cunha, Mount, only one of them can play. Mount, I don't think Amorim will risk. We've gone very data driven. Mount will get his minutes probably back end of this October, maybe, before they head into the next international break, so he'll get his run of minutes, but I don't think Mount will be risked in this game particularly. So Sesko leading that frontal assault. If you think about that team, if you look at it, there is creative depth. We're not getting the creative depth we would have liked, but there is creativity in that team. Manu can do that job. Bruno will be Bruno. Casemiro, he'll have to lead that midfield on his own. But if you think about City, they're missing a few key players in that. Obviously they've got Reinders, Cherky's out, we've got Rodri still, they've got Haaland, they've got Rúben Diaz, they've got Núñez, so they've got still quite a few players. And I think Amorim will say to these players, look, it's our first week back, don't do anything stupid, don't do anything risky, we need to play compact, safe, but still go at them because there is the opportunity to do that. And if you think about our bench as well, we'll be bringing a bench that have fully rested, fully recovered. There'll be young talent on there, Heaven, Xerxes, we'll have Mount, we'll have Cunha, we'll have these standard players on. So I'm looking at this lineup and saying, look, it's a smash and grab at best. Man City shouldn't be running goals past us. I'll probably see it either as a 2-1 win, maybe, to us, or a 3-2 win to us. I'm only going for us because it's bias. I've got to go for United win. But there's always that potential for us to win anyway. So yeah. So just to recover this lineup, I've gone Bindier in goal. 3 centre backs. Left-sided centre back, I've gone Shaw. Central centre back, I've gone De Ligt. Right-sided centre back, Euro. Firm, secure, direct, stable. That's what we need. Midfield, left wing back, I've gone Dorgu. 2 centre midfielders, I've gone Bruno and Casemiro. Right wing back, I've gone Dalot. 2 10s, I've gone Menu and Mbeumo, and then leading the attack for us is Benjamin Sesko. Now look, I'd like to know your thoughts on the starting lineup against Man City. A very good game it will be away at the Etihad. First game back for both teams. We could see a very end-to-end game. We could see a very safe game. It just dependent on how these players have come back. Obviously for us, not that many players have played for their international compatriots, so we could see somewhat of a fully rested 11. Think about De Ligt, didn't play that much. Koeman dropping him, obviously don't rate him, but we'll take it as United. But this is what it is there. Dorgu played, Fernandes played, Casemiro came back early, Shaw rested, Bayern didn't play, Mbeumo obviously played, Sesko obviously played as well in Slovenia. So, but he had a good consistent run in that international break, so coming back, I think he'll be full of confidence. And Dalot, same with Bruno. These are players that I think will be up for this game, considering how much it will mean to us and to Amorim. So if they don't produce the result, it'll be back to where it was once we lost against Arsenal, Grimsby, and drew against Fulham. But for me, match predictions, for me, 3-2. No, scrap that. 2-1. Safe, secure. Let me know what your match predictions are, your starting 11, who's the ones to watch for United and City. And yeah, let's get this game soon, as because this international break has been such a drag. Come on United, let's get it.